NCIS first appeared on television screens in late September 2003 and quickly captured the imaginations of viewers around the world by blending military authenticity with character-driven storytelling and moments of unexpected warmth. From its earliest episodes, the series invited audiences into a world where loyalty mattered more than rank, where a team of investigators dedicated themselves to uncovering hidden truths beneath the surface of naval crimes. Its unique combination of suspenseful casework, subtle humor, and heartfelt camaraderie established NCIS as more than just a crime procedural. It became a window into lives lived under pressure, where each solved mystery brought relief and each setback deepened our connection to characters who felt like old friends. Over the years, Special Agent Leroy Jethro Gibbs anchored the show with his unwavering moral compass and fierce protectiveness, while Tony DiNozzo's playful banter and Abby Sayuto's unconventional brilliance introduced sparks of levity that balanced the gravitas of life-and-death investigations. Viewers celebrated the arrival of new team members, mourned departures, and watched the franchise expand into a cultural phenomenon that showed no sign of slowing. Yet behind the finely tuned storytelling and meticulously choreographed action lay stories tinged with bittersweet reality. Several actors who breathed life into NCIS's most memorable characters have since passed away, leaving gaps not only in the cast list but in the hearts of fans who grew up alongside them. These performers brought more than just lines on a page, they infused every scene with authenticity born of their own triumphs and struggles. Their legacies extend far beyond the episodes in which they appeared, carried forward by the laughter they shared with colleagues, the intensity they poured into pivotal moments, and the indelible marks they left on the tapestry of a series that has defied time. Each loss reminds us that even the brightest stars can be extinguished too soon and that mortality stands outside the reach of even our most cherished fictional worlds. As we prepare to honor these actors, we will journey through their lives from earliest auditions to final curtain calls, exploring not only the roles that defined them but also the private challenges they faced beyond the set. We will revisit landmark episodes that showcased their range and depth, we will uncover rumored controversies that unfolded away from the cameras, and we will celebrate the scenes that have become part of television history. This exploration promises to reveal hidden facets of beloved performers whose every gesture, every whispered line, contributed to the enduring power of NCIS. Their stories deserve to be told with both reverence and unflinching honesty, because the truth of their experiences enriches our understanding of the art they created. So if you have ever felt the thrill of a breakthrough discovery alongside Dr. Donald Mallard, or laughed at a well-timed quip from a seasoned field agent, or even shed a tear when a case took an emotional toll, you will want to join us in paying tribute to those whose journeys ended beyond the final credits. We invite you to subscribe now and become part of a community that honors the full scope of their contributions, both on and off screen. What are these actors doing now? Stay tuned to find out. David McCALLUM, 1933 to 2023. David McCALLUM brought a quiet gravitas to the role of Dr. Donald "Ducky" Mallard from the very first moment he stepped onto the NCIS stage. Born into a family steeped in performing arts, he grew up watching his parents rehearse lines and perfect stagecraft, a childhood that instilled in him both discipline and a reverence for storytelling. Long before he donned the iconic ink-spattered lab coat, McCALLUM served in the British Army and honed his craft at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art. His early film roles revealed a versatile actor unafraid to explore complex characters, but it was his portrayal of the erudite medical examiner that etched his name into television history. When NCIS premiered in 2003, McCALLUM was already an industry veteran in his 70s, yet he embraced the new challenge with a youthful curiosity that mirrored his character's own unending quest for knowledge. His soft Scottish accent lent each forensic explanation an air of warmth and insight, transforming clinical jargon into poetic reflections on life and mortality. Audiences came to expect his signature asides and wry observations almost as much as the dramatic case reveals themselves. Behind the camera, McCALLUM was equally dedicated. He arrived on set early to research the latest advances in pathology and often stayed late to support younger cast members, sharing anecdotes from his decades in entertainment. Off-screen, McCallum's life was marked by both triumph and tragedy. He authored several mystery novels that showcased his fascination with crime and its many human dimensions. He weathered public scrutiny over personal relationships yet remained fiercely protective of his family and close friends. When he passed away in September 2023 at the age of 90, his death stunned the NCIS community. The episode that aired the following week carried special weight, a tacit acknowledgement that the man behind Ducky had departed. McCallum's legacy endures in every curious glance he cast at a microscope and every gentle yet probing question he posed to the team. His performance demonstrated that compassion and intellect could coexist in a world too often defined by violence and suspicion. Fans continue to revisit his most memorable scenes, finding comfort in his steady presence and marveling at the depth he brought to each moment. As we remember David McCALLUM, we honor a performer whose lifelong dedication to his craft enriched both the fictional world of NCIS and the real lives of all who admired him. Miguel Ferrer, 1955 to 2017. Miguel Ferrer's arrival on NCIS Los Angeles in its third season brought a magnetic intensity that reshaped the show's dynamic. Born into a storied acting family, his father Jose Ferrer was the first Hispanic actor to win a Best Actor Academy Award. Miguel could easily have rested on a legacy. Instead, he forged his own path, landing memorable roles in cult classics such as RoboCop and Twin Peaks before taking on the mantle of assistant director Owen Granger. From his very first scene, his deep voice carried the weight of authority, and his steely gaze hinted at hidden depths of loyalty and sacrifice. Behind that commanding screen presence lay a man of remarkable resilience. In 2016, Ferrer was diagnosed with throat cancer. Rather than step away, he and the writers chose to weave his real struggle into Granger's storyline, a decision that blurred the line between fiction and reality. Audiences witnessed the character's voice falter, not knowing that the man beneath the makeup was fighting to keep his own voice alive. Ferrer's determination to continue working under grueling treatment schedules transformed those episodes into an extraordinary tribute to the human spirit. Away from the cameras, Ferrer was beloved for his warmth and generosity. He married producer Laurie Weintraub in 1991, and together they raised 4 children in an environment filled with creativity and humor. Friends remember his booming laugh and his devotion to craft, whether he was recording voiceover work for video games or exploring his passion for music. His death in January 2017 at age 61 sent shockwaves through the entertainment community, a stark reminder that even the most formidable personalities can be vulnerable. Ferrer's legacy in NCIS. Los Angeles endures every time Granger issues a terse command, every time he allows a rare moment of vulnerability to slip through his tough exterior. His performance stands as a testament to courage under fire, both on screen and off, and remains one of the most unforgettable chapters in the franchise's history. Annie Wersching, 1977 to 2023. Annie Wersching captivated audiences long before she ever joined the NCIS universe, building a reputation for depth and versatility across television and video games. Born and raised in St. Louis, she discovered her passion for performance through Irish dance and community theatre, later earning a Bachelor of Fine Arts in musical theatre and sharpening her craft on stages nationwide. When she appeared as Rosalind Dyer in NCIS's 20th season, her presence carried the weight of a seasoned actor who had brought multifaceted characters to life in shows like 24, Bosch, and Timeless. On screen, Annie gave Rosalind a quietly fierce intelligence. She slipped into the role of an NCIS analyst with seamless confidence, offering critical insights to the team while masking her own emotional turmoil. Viewers were drawn to the nuance she brought to every expression, from a flicker of doubt when digging through case files to a steady gaze when faced with danger. Her work with Mark Harmon's Gibbs and the wider team resonated because she understood that every data point carried a human story behind it. Off-camera, Annie's dedication ran equally deep. She balanced a busy career with the demands of family life, raising 3 sons alongside her husband, comedian Stephen Full. Colleagues remember her quick wit between takes and her generosity in mentoring newer cast members. Even after a private battle with adenoid cystic carcinoma was revealed, she remained fiercely committed to her roles, completing work on both NCIS and other projects until the very end. Her passing in January 2023 at 45 left a void in the NCIS family and beyond. The tribute that followed on screen honored not only her professional achievements but also the warmth she brought to every set. Fans continue to revisit her most compelling scenes, finding renewed appreciation for the subtle power she wielded in each moment. Annie Wersching's legacy endures through the characters she embodied: the fearless agent, the devoted mother, the artist who never stopped exploring new facets of her talent. Her journey reminds us that behind every case file lies a life rich with dreams, challenges, and abiding passion. Gregory Itzin, 1948 to 2022. Gregory Itzin was born on April 20, 1948, in Washington, D.C., into a family that valued creativity and intellectual curiosity. From an early age, he displayed a flair for performance, participating in school plays and community theater throughout his teenage years. After earning a bachelor's degree in theater from the University of Maryland, he honed his craft on regional stages before making the leap to television and film in the late 1970s. His break came with guest appearances on landmark series, but it was his commanding presence and chameleonic talent that soon made him a sought-after character actor. When Itzin appeared on NCIS as Admiral John Sveck, he was already a respected veteran of the screen, celebrated for his portrayal of President Charles Logan on 24. His turn as the carefully measured and authoritative admiral lent NCIS an added layer of gravitas. He brought to the role a precision born of his stage training and a subtle intensity that suggested hidden depths behind the admiral's composed exterior. In each scene, his steady gaze and precise diction conveyed a man accustomed to bearing great responsibility, even as the storyline hinted at tensions between duty and personal conviction. Audiences responded to the nuance he infused into every line, recognizing in him both a stalwart leader and a human being grappling with the moral complexities of power. Off-camera, Gregory Itzin's life was as textured as the characters he portrayed. He married actress Ritzer Itzin in 1975, and together they navigated the twin demands of family life and a career that frequently spanned coasts. Friends remember his warm humor on set, his generous mentorship of younger performers, and his habit of preparing meticulously for each part, researching military protocol and naval terminology to ensure authenticity. He also cultivated a passion for writing, penning essays on the craft of acting and maintaining close ties to the regional theater community that first nurtured his talent. In July 2022, Itzin passed away at the age of 74 after a brief but aggressive bout with surgical complications. His death resonated deeply across the industry, prompting heartfelt reflections on a career marked by versatility and integrity. NCIS paid its respects by dedicating a mention in the credits to Admiral Sveck, a quiet gesture honoring both character and performer. Gregory Itzin's legacy endures in the measured authority he brought to every scene, the seamless blend of strength and vulnerability he portrayed, and the professional generosity he extended to colleagues. His work on NCIS remains a testament to a lifelong dedication to authenticity in performance. Charles Durning, 1923 to 2012. Charles Durning carried with him the weight of a life both extraordinary and tumultuous long before he ever stepped onto the set of NCIS. Born in Highland Falls, New York, in February 1923, he endured one of the deadliest campaigns of World War II as a member of the famed Easy Company at Normandy. Wounded multiple times during the invasion, he returned home with scars both visible and invisible. Rather than retreat into obscurity, he channeled his experiences into a lifelong passion for performance, studying theater once his military service concluded. Over the next 7 decades, Durning built a career that read like a tour through Hollywood's greatest films and Broadway's most acclaimed stages. He earned 2 Academy Award nominations, first for his haunting turn as an aging criminal on the run, and then for a searing portrayal of a desperate man in a social drama. And won a Tony Award for his thunderous performance as the domineering patriarch in a Tennessee Williams revival. His silver screen credits included landmark classics such as Dog Day Afternoon, The Sting, Tootsie, and The Muppet Movie, each role underscoring his uncanny ability to balance raw intensity with surprising tenderness. When NCIS tapped him to play Corporal Ernie Yost in the Season 2 episode, Call of Silence, Durning brought to the guest role a gravitas forged in battlefields and tempered by decades of stagecraft. In a single episode he conveyed the haunted resilience of a veteran struggling to find peace even decades after the fighting had ended. His every gesture spoke of hidden pain and hardened wisdom. The scene in which Yost recounts the horrors he witnessed overseas left viewers breathless and reminded longtime fans of just how potent a single, masterful performance could be. Off-camera, Durning was revered for his generosity to fellow actors and his willingness to share stories of survival and redemption. He supported veteran causes throughout his life, often revisiting Normandy's beaches to pay tribute to fallen comrades. When he passed away quietly in December 2012 at the age of 89, the outpouring of tributes from colleagues and fans alike spoke to the enduring power of his work. Charles Durning's legacy on NCIS lives on each time Ernie Yost's voice echoes through flashback, a testament to an actor who turned personal tragedy into transcendent art and reminded us all that behind every soldier lies a story worth telling. René Auberjonois, 1940–2019. René Auberjonois was born in New York City in June 1940 into a family whose very pulse beat with artistry and expression. As a boy he sat enthralled in the wings of Broadway theaters where his mother and grandfather performed, absorbing the textures of dialogue and the subtle rhythms of emotion that turned simple words into living stories. After graduating from Carnegie Mellon University, he embarked on a career that spanned stage and screen, earning a Tony Award for his magnetic portrayal in Jacques Brel is Alive and Well and Living in Paris and winning hearts worldwide as Father Mulcahy in the original MASH * film and as the shapeshifting Constable Odo on Star Trek, Deep Space Nine. When he stepped onto the NCIS set in Season 8's pivotal episode, he did so with the quiet confidence of a master craftsman. As Sheriff Carlton Gage, Auberjonois inhabited every moment with a lived-in authenticity that transformed a guest appearance into something indelible. He never raised his voice or relied on grand gestures. Instead, each glance he cast, each measured step he took, conveyed the moral weight of a man entrusted with both power and compassion. In scenes where evidence piled up like unanswered questions, his calm presence grounded the investigation, reminding Gibbs's team that true justice is born of empathy as much as forensic precision. Behind the scenes, René was equally dedicated to connection. He offered guidance to younger castmates, sharing stories of early days navigating dusty theater lofts and the breathless thrill of opening night. He lent his resonant voice to countless animated characters and video games, his curiosity for new challenges undimmed by decades of success. He approached every role, no matter how small, as an opportunity to deepen the human bond between performer and audience. When he passed away in December 2019 at the age of 79, the television world paused to honor a career defined by generosity, versatility, and a boundless love of storytelling. NCIS acknowledged his contribution with a simple dedication, but the true tribute lives on in every quiet moment of that episode where Sheriff Gage's compassion shines through. René Auberjonois showed us that sometimes the briefest appearance can leave the deepest imprint, and that the most powerful investigations reach not just into crime scenes but into the human heart. Michael Gilden, 1961–2006. Michael Gilden stepped onto the NCIS stage with a quiet determination that belied the fierce commitment beating at his creative core. Born in Philadelphia in July 1961, he discovered his passion for performance amid the camaraderie of community theater, where every rehearsal seared itself into memory as proof of the transformative power of storytelling. After honing his craft at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, Gilden navigated a landscape often reluctant to accommodate actors of his stature. Yet he refused to be confined by expectation, instead imbuing each role with emotional honesty that transcended any preconceived notion. When he assumed the role of Agent Danny Price, Gilden breathed life into a character whose resolve matched his own. Price arrived at NCIS headquarters with a quiet intensity, one part unshakable professionalism, one part genuine compassion for the victims behind each case file. In every close-quarters exchange and forensic consultation, Gilden's expressive features conveyed the weight of duty he carried, the tight set of his jaw in moments of crisis, the fleeting softness in his eyes when offering reassurance to a grieving family. He reminded viewers that behind the badge beats a heart capable of both steely resolve and profound empathy. Off-camera, Gilden's warmth drew colleagues into his orbit. He spent breaks sharing acting techniques and encouraging fellow cast members to lean into vulnerability. Whether dissecting a scene over coffee or lending an attentive ear to personal struggles, he embodied the camaraderie he portrayed on screen. His laughter, rich and unguarded, echoed through the corridors, punctuating tense days with reminders of life's lighter moments. Tragically, Michael Gilden's journey was cut short in November 2006. At just 45, he passed away far too soon, leaving behind a community stunned by the loss of an artist whose generosity matched his talent. In the wake of his death, the lab bench he once occupied on NCIS felt emptier, the pages of scripts he might have transformed went unspoken, and the promise of future roles dissolved into what could have been. Yet though his time in front of the camera was brief, Michael Gilden's legacy endures. Every scene in which Agent Price pursues justice with unwavering resolve still carries the imprint of Gilden's wholehearted engagement. His commitment to authenticity and his capacity for warmth remind us that true heroism on NCIS arises not merely from solving crimes but from honoring the humanity at the heart of every story. Cheney Clay, 1973 to 2007. Cheney Clay arrived on NCIS like a bolt of unanticipated energy, his presence in the Season 5 episode, Friends and Lovers, lingering long after the credits rolled. Born in Atlanta in March 1973, he discovered performance amid local Summerstark productions, where he first learned to capture an audience with the subtlest shift of expression. By the time he stepped onto the NCIS soundstage, he carried with him both the brash confidence of a rising talent and the quiet introspection of an actor dedicated to authenticity. As Detective Patrick D.I. Notso's old college confidant, Clay navigated each scene with a blend of warmth and latent tension that hinted at untold histories. He never raised his voice unnecessarily. Instead, he allowed small details, a lingering glance, the faint tremor in his hands when recounting a shared memory, to speak volumes about a character torn between loyalty and betrayal. In moments when the investigation veered toward dangerous territory, Clay's eyes darted between comrades and suspects alike, revealing a mind constantly measuring risk against the weight of personal bonds. His portrayal transformed what might have been a simple guest appearance into a study of friendship tested by secrets and moral compromise. Behind the camera, colleagues recall Clay's infectious enthusiasm. He arrived on set with pages of research on criminal psychology, determined to lend his character depth beyond the script's confines. During breaks, he held informal workshops in makeup trailers, offering tips on character backstory and encouraging fellow actors to mine their own experiences for emotional truth. That generosity of spirit made him a beloved presence, and his laughter, deep, unrestrained, echoed through the corridors long after scenes wrapped. In May 2007, Cheney Clay's life was tragically cut short at the age of 34. The sudden loss stunned the NCIS community, casting a solemn shadow over the season as cast and crew mourned a friend whose potential felt boundless. Though his time on the series was brief, the impact of his performance endures. Every lingering shot of Detective Clay's internal struggle, every sharpened expression of regret and resolve, stands as a testament to an artist who poured his entire self into the briefest of roles. When we revisit Friends and Lovers today, we do more than follow a case file. We bear witness to Cheney Clay's singular gift for revealing the hidden complexities of human connection. His legacy lives on in each telling glance and trembling admission, reminding us that even the most fleeting appearances can leave an indelible mark on our hearts. Sam Sarpong, 1974 to 2015. Sam Sarpong arrived on NCIS with the kinetic energy of someone accustomed to commanding attention, even in a room full of seasoned investigators. Born in London in August 1974 and raised between England and Nigeria, Sam's early years were marked by an eclectic blend of cultures that fueled his restless creativity. He first found acclaim as a Calvin Klein model, his striking features and magnetic presence gracing international fashion campaigns. Yet beneath the surface allure lay an artist yearning for deeper expression, and he soon pivoted to acting, studying method techniques and honing his voice in community theatre before conquering the airwaves as the animated host of MTV UK's The Grind. When he joined NCIS in Season 3 as ballistics technician Folsom, Sam approached the role with the same fervour that had propelled him through runway shows and music videos. On screen, he moved through the lab with assured precision, his hands deftly aligning shell casings while his gaze flickered with the excitement of discovery. But it was in quieter moments, when he delivered a single line about rifling patterns or paused to offer a gentle nod of reassurance to a nervous field agent, that Sam's true artistry shone. He refused to let technical jargon overshadow character, every demonstration of ballistic science became an opportunity to reveal Folsom's quiet confidence and deep respect for the victims whose stories lay hidden in spent cartridges. Off-camera, Sam's vitality was infectious. Colleagues remember the way he could transform a cramped office into an impromptu dance floor, breaking into spontaneous choreography that left everyone smiling. His laughter, loud, unguarded, and jubilant, echoed through the corridors of NCIS headquarters, serving as a vivid reminder that even in the gravest investigations, humanity thrives in moments of warmth. He took genuine interest in those around him, mentoring interns who marveled at his openness and encouraging young actors to embrace vulnerability as a path to authenticity. In October 2015, Sam's brilliant trajectory was cut tragically short when he died at the age of 41. The news reverberated through the NCIS community, silencing the hum of forensic machines and drawing cast and crew into a shared space of grief. But even as they mourned, they celebrated Sam's indelible imprint, the way he elevated a supporting role into a showcase of technical prowess and heartfelt connection, the way he reminded them that every fragment of evidence carries the echoes of a life lived. Sam Sarpong's legacy endures in every NCIS scene where ballistic charts spread across the lab bench, in every fleeting smile that acknowledges unseen burdens, and in every pulse-quickening revelation born from scientific rigor paired with human compassion. His Folsom taught us that those who piece together the smallest clues often possess the largest hearts. Heath Freeman, 1980 to 2021. Heath Freeman emerged on NCIS with an unassuming presence that belied the undercurrent of intensity he carried into every scene. Born in San Diego in April 1980, he discovered his passion for performance while studying at the prestigious Lee Strasberg Theatre and Film Institute. Early roles hinted at his capacity to shift seamlessly from approachable charm to a simmering threat. When he appeared as Navy intelligence analyst Gavin Dillon, Freeman transformed a supporting character into one of the series' most unsettling figures. From the moment Freeman first stepped into NCIS headquarters, his controlled voice and steady composure hinted at hidden depths beneath the tailored suit. He delivered complex technical briefings with the smooth authority of an expert, yet a careful observer could trace the faintest tremor in his expression when Dillon's true motives came into view. Each measured word carried the weight of subdued menace as he manipulated classified information and tested the limits of loyalty. Viewers were drawn into his subtle dance of cooperation and betrayal, never fully sure whether to trust his analytical precision or suspect the shadows lurking behind his calm facade. Off-camera, Freeman's reputation among colleagues was of generous mentorship and curious intellect. He would arrive early on set to discuss character backstory with writers and co-stars, eager to deepen the authenticity of each interaction. Between takes he shared insights into method acting techniques and encouraged fellow performers to explore the darker corners of their roles. His dedication to craft extended beyond NCIS, with memorable turns in independent films and guest spots on acclaimed dramas that spoke to his versatility. In November 2021, Heath Freeman's sudden passing at age 41 stunned the NCIS family. The news rippled through the cast and crew, casting a profound silence over the sets where his precise movements and measured dialogue had once commanded attention. Yet even in absence, Freeman's performance endures. Every clipped sentence he delivered as Dillon, every moment he remained eerily composed under scrutiny, stands as a testament to his gift for embodying the uneasy intersection of intelligence and impulse. Heath Freeman taught us that the most compelling adversaries are those who project competence at every turn while concealing unpredictable depths. His portrayal of Gavin Dillon remains a haunting reminder that true danger often wears the mask of calm professionalism. Ravil Izyanov, 1962 to 2021. Ravil Izyanov brought a rare blend of elegance and steel to NCIS when he took on the role of Russian spy Anton Popov. Born in Leningrad in October 1962, he trained at the famed Moscow Art Theatre School before relocating to the United States in the early 1990s. His work in both Russian and international theatre sharpened his ability to inhabit characters shaped by cultural nuance and geopolitical tension. On NCIS, that background infused every scene with a sense of authenticity. Popov arrived at NCIS as a master of subterfuge. Izyanov's poised delivery carried the legacy of Cold War intrigue, a gentlemanly tone laced with unspoken threats. He navigated delicate negotiations with Gibbs's team, stating each request with courteous precision even as the audience sensed the hidden stakes beneath his courteous veneer. In moments of high drama, his measured pauses spoke louder than any raised voice, leaving viewers unsettled by the quiet certainty with which he pursued his objectives. Off-camera, Izyanov was known for his warm generosity and deep respect for fellow actors. On set he would share tales of performing on stages behind the Iron Curtain and coach colleagues on capturing authentic accents and mannerisms. His multilingual fluency and first-hand understanding of Russian history enriched cast discussions and lent credibility to each geopolitical subplot. Colleagues recall his gentle humor during breaks and his thoughtful reflections on the shared responsibility of portraying international conflict with sensitivity. When Ravil Izyanov passed away in September 2021 at age 58, NCIS lost not only a formidable on-screen adversary but a cultural bridge between two worlds. His absence was felt in every future storyline that called for negotiation or clandestine operations. Yet his legacy endures each time Anton Popov's cool calculation brings tension to the bullpen, reminding us that even the sharpest intelligence operative carries the weight of history and personal conviction. Ravil Izyanov's portrayal of Popov stands as a masterclass in subtle antagonism, proof that true menace often resides in calm courtesy and unwavering resolve. As the final credits draw near, we find ourselves standing at the crossroads of memory and legacy, where each name spoken carries the weight of countless stories told and untold. From the gentle curiosity of David McCALLUM to the steely resolve of Miguel Ferrer, from the quiet wisdom of Ralph Waite to the haunting intensity of Heath Freeman, and through the magnetic presences of RENÉ AUBERJONOIS, Michael Gilden, Cheney Clay, Sam Sarpong, and Ravil Izyanov, these actors did more than bring characters to life. They invited us into worlds where every clue uncovered also revealed a fragment of the human condition. Their performances reminded us that justice is measured not only in solved cases but in empathy shown to victims and loyalty extended to friends and family alike. In revisiting their most unforgettable moments, we honor not only their craft but their courage. Their willingness to embrace roles that demanded vulnerability, to share personal truths even as their characters walked through darkness. They taught us that even the briefest appearance can eclipse the boundaries of the screen, that a single line delivered with conviction can resonate long after the episode ends. Their departures left voids in the NCIS family and in our own hearts, yet their legacies endure every time we witness Duka's thoughtful gaze, every time we feel the sting of betrayal in Di Nozzo's eyes, every time we sense the calculated tension of an operatic confrontation with a formidable adversary. These actors showed us that in a world driven by evidence and procedure, the greatest revelations come from the spaces between the facts, the pause before a confession, the tender glance shared in silence, the unspoken battles waged behind hardened expressions. Their stories remind us that mortality spares no one, not even our beloved heroes, and that remembrance is an act of continuing the narrative they began. If their journeys have moved you, if their artistry has lingered in your mind long after the screen fades to black, then join us in keeping their memories alive. Subscribe now and ring the notification bell so you never miss a deep dive into the lives behind the characters you love. Share your favorite moments in the comments below and let us know which tribute resonates with you most. Together, we will ensure that the legacies of these remarkable performers continue to illuminate the NCIS universe and inspire every future case we explore.